Crazy Angel says, what bind and fly do you recommend for beginners? For beginners? Happy Model Mobula 6. No? Maybe? A simulator. It's a simulator. Mobula 8. Mobula 8's probably going to be easier to fly. That's a good point. Let's see here. What kind of FPV tricks would you score a 10? Asks Bigger Brains. I was really impressed with Alex Vanover's trippy spin in his, I think it's his latest freestyle video. Let's see here. Evolve 2. This is Vanover's Evolve 2. I'm going to skip to the part that most impressed me. Oh, look, it's the most replayed part. You should watch the whole thing because it's amazing. It's slightly less amazing than Evolve 1 because Evolve 1 was a one take, and this one has a couple cuts, but, you know. He does, so this was super impressive. Then he does this trippy spin between these trees, which is super impressive. But really impressed me the most was coming up here. Yep, this is it. Trippy spin. Oh my God, shut the hell up. That's a 10 out of 10. I don't care who you are. So I think tight proximity trippy spins are a 10 out of 10. And I wish I could do them, but I can't. Ciati says the Mobula 8 isn't durable at all. What do you recommend, Ciati? What do you recommend as a bind and fly for a beginner? If using a linear or dipole VRX antenna, would signal be the same for right-hand and left-hand goggle antennas? You mean VTX antenna. A linear VTX antenna, yes, it would be the same for a right-hand and left-hand goggle antenna. It doesn't matter. Would using right and left provide better reception for a whip antenna? No, the best reception would be to have, well, here's the thing. If you have a dipole on the quad and a dipole on the goggles, that's the best reception. But as soon as they go out of alignment, the reception is worse. So my preference is to run a dipole on the quad and a circular on the goggles so that the reception is not the best, but it's consistently not the best. And I think that's better. Ciati points out that my website has recommended tiny whoops that Ciati helped select. You want a bind and fly. Happy Model Mobula 6, Newbie Drone Acro B65 are some choices. We mostly have 65 and 75 millimeters because we don't think 85 millimeters are tiny whoops per se. I don't know. We drew the line there. Willpower FPV thinks the Mobula 8's pretty durable. Ciati is probably used to people disagreeing with his strong opinions. It happens. Carter is cool says, do you think the 03 is enough for 5-inch freestyle drones or is a GoPro needed? No, GoPro's not needed. I got to tell you, eventually you get tired of destroying GoPros and going to Best Buy. I've had days where I go out to fly and I just use the DJI Vista DVR and I'm like, that's just what I'm using. I'll post it if I need to post it. If you're creating cinematic stuff or if you have a YouTube channel where having something look really good is important, then maybe a GoPro is for you. But for most people aren't doing that, and an 03 is more than enough. Michael Ha, have you not queued it up yet? Michael Haas just left a super chat. Why do I not see the super chat? There it is.
Literally just came in.
Mobula 6 reflashed. Oh, it's because you hadn't queued it yet. Sorry. I forgot that window is only ones that have been queued. My bad. Mobulus 6 reflashed to update ALRS to latest binds and everything works in Betaflight. Great. Thank you for your donation. Oh, there's more. Test flight arms but motors do not run. Ideas. See if the motors spin. Do the motors make the full startup beeps and spin from the motors tab? I'm going to guess that they don't. And I'm going to guess that when you flashed Betaflight 4.4, you broke something. Like you flashed the wrong target and now the motor outputs don't work. I really want to see what your motors tab looks like. That's the answer. I want to see what your motors tab looks like, and I want to hear the sound that your motors make when you first start up. That will tell us where to go from here. Michael Haas says they do run in the motors tab. Okay, then you're in turtle mode. Then you've got turtle mode activated. And as soon as you move one of the sticks, two of the motors will spin. That's my next guess. Black Jungle, he says the motors spin with the sliders, so the motor protocol is correct. Alrighty. Alrighty, folks. We're getting real close to the end here. Guillermo Garcia wants to know, do you think changing the Jumper T Pro Express LRS version internal antenna will break some regulations, even if it's 2.4 gigahertz? Guillermo Garcia, I wouldn't worry about it. I'm not 100% sure that the Jumper T Pro is Part 15 certified anyway, so you're probably already breaking regulations and don't even know it. So just do what you got to do, dude. I'm going to guess that these radios are not Part 15 certified, and if they're not Part 15 certified, then they're not compliant with the regulations, no matter what their output power, etc. is. If the Jumper T Pro was Part 15 certified, then changing the antenna would take it out of certification. But if you have a ham license, then you're allowed to do that, and you don't need Part 15. Do you have a ham license? Then you're good to go. Okay. ASW says, I bought a full send 6S 8000 milliamp hour battery. Whenever I charge it, my charger says it's full at 24.6 volts instead of 25.2 volts. What is 24.6 divided by 6? It's 4.1 volts. So you have probably set the charger to lithium ion, and lithium ion batteries only charge to 4.1 volts, but that battery is designed to be charged as a LiPo. You need to set it to the LiPo program, not the lithium ion program, and then I think it'll fully charge it.